Hi everyone, welcome back to Bethany's Vintage Fairy Tale. I'm so glad that you guys have joined me today. We're going to be decorating my mantle here in my living room with this gorgeous flocked garland that I got from Walmart, I believe. And we're just going to be decorating it to be a companion piece to go with a tree that I just posted. It was a Winter Wonderland theme, all made out of picks and sticks. If you guys haven't seen that, make sure you guys go back and check out that video because this is a companion piece that's going to be coordinating with that tree. So I can't wait to share with you guys how it's going to turn out. This was such a fun design and very easy to customize to whatever kind of decor styles that you guys are going for this year. So the first step that we're going to do is we're going to add in our ribbon. So it's kind of similar to decorating a Christmas tree. I'm going to go ahead and just dovetail my ends with my scissors here just to give it a nice finish. And then we're going to be weaving this velvet ribbon throughout the whole garland here, and we're going to be using the branches of the garland to secure it in place. This way you don't need to use any additional wires or fasteners or anything like that. You can literally just use the garland. It makes it a little bit cheaper, and then it also holds it really well because it is a flocked garland and it's already got that stability to it. So I'm just going ahead and pulling out loops and then using my bristles to cross over each other to hold that ribbon in place. So for our next step, I wanted to go ahead and add in a little bit of this birch ribbon. This is the same one that we used on the Christmas tree, so it's going to help to bring the cohesive factor here, especially because this mantle design is right beside that tree. So I wanted to make sure that they kind of went together, and it also helps to kind of just fill in any gaps that you might have, and also just brings a nice little bit of texture and design element to the garland here. So I'm just making these little bow ties. It's just one loop with two tails, and I've dovetailed both of my ends here. And I'm not going to be covering the whole garland with these. I just wanted to add them in little places here and there just to bring in a little bit more dimension and just make it look really pretty with that gorgeous textured ribbon. So here you can see how I've went ahead and added in those bow ties. I just kind of spaced them out nice and evenly, just making sure that I had a little bit of that ribbon kind of evenly spaced out throughout the garland. And of course you can go ahead and layer in lots of ribbon here. It's totally a personal preference on how you guys would like to design your garlands here. And if you're on a budget, don't feel like you have to do a ton of ribboning here. The ribbon is nice and wide, so it really covers a lot of the garland. So if you're on a tight budget, you can just do really simple loops here and there, or even just several bows throughout the garland. You could do that too. There's so many different options of how you can put ribbon into your garlands. And now we're going to go ahead and just add in a little bit of greenery here. Again, these are the same stems that I went ahead and used in my tree just to make sure that everything was nice and cohesive. So now we're going to go ahead and add some lights to this garland. I wasn't quite sure when I started if I was going to add lights or not, but it was so dark in this corner. Our house doesn't have very good lighting, so it definitely needed the lights for this garland. So I'm just going ahead and weaving in those lights just in and around the garland, using the branches to kind of secure that in place. And these were just lights that I picked up at Walmart, super inexpensive, and they're just a clear, warm light. And then after I placed the first strand of lights, I thought it just needed a little bit more. Like I said, this corner of my house is really quite dark. We don't have any ceiling lights here, so I just felt like it really needed a little bit more light over here. So I'm just going ahead and adding in a second row of lights. Again, it's totally a personal preference on how much lights you guys want to add here, but I'm really liking how it's just glowing within. I love how it shines through all of the flocking and the snow and the ribbon, and I love having extra lights at Christmas time. It just makes everything so cozy and warm and inviting. And then you guys can even stop here if you wanted to keep it pretty simple just with the lights and the ribbon. But I did want to add in a little bit more greenery just to kind of go with that theme of my tree. If you guys saw that video, it was all about different picks and greeneries and florals. So I just wanted to kind of celebrate that and make sure that they were kind of looking the same and cohesive. So I'm just going ahead and adding in those gorgeous sparkly magnolia leaves. They are so beautiful. I got them at HomeSense this year in Canada for a huge pack, and I've been using them in all of my projects, and they just make such a wow piece, and they're nice and sparkly, so the lights just really brought them to life. So I'm so excited about how it's turning out, and I'm just going ahead and adding those kind of in and around the garland. I'm kind of placing them towards the spots that are being held up by the garland. So I've got those 3 points in the garland, one in the middle and then 2 on the side. And I'm trying to mirror it on each side. So what happens on the left happens on the right, just to make sure that it looks really even and cohesive and no wonky spots. Like everything is trying to match as much as possible. And then I also wanted to add in a little bit of these sparkly gold eucalyptus. These are so nice, and they're all made of wire, so it was very easy to attach them into the garland and kind of bend them the way that I wanted them to lay. It made it super easy to work with, and I just literally just stuck them in there. I didn't need any wire. The garland held it completely fine, so it was very easy to do. And then for the middle piece here, I wanted this one to be a little bit bigger than the sides, just to make sure that this was kind of like the focal piece. So I did end up adding a little bit more greenery to this spot here, just to kind of make it a little bit more pronounced. And like I said, the focal piece. I'm going to be adding in a little bit more greenery here than I did on the side pieces. And now for the next step, I wanted to add in a few more picks just to the body of the garland. So I've got these little white berries. I'm just kind of placing them in and around the spots where I just needed a little bit more greenery. And then again, I'm using the same branches of the garland to hold them in place, just crossing the branches over themselves just to hold that in. This piece is also wired as well, so I kind of moved the berries around the garland just to kind of get it sitting how I wanted to. I didn't need any hot glue or wires or anything. Everything just kind of held nicely just with the garland itself, which made it super easy to apply and just gave such a nice finish, because then you don't see any pipe cleaners or wires or anything like that. It's just the berries, the garland, and then of course the lights. So now we're going to go ahead and add in all of our florals. I have some poinsettias, I have some magnolias, and we're just going to kind of go ahead and add those to the tops, those high points of the garland. So one in the middle and then 2 on the side. And then I'm just going ahead and again securing them with the branches of the garland, just kind of getting them in place and kind of moving the bristles and the lights around just to make sure that everything is sitting nice and flat. And of course, you can add as many florals as you want to this. I kept this relatively simple and just kept the flowers on those main points of the garland, but you could also add a lot of florals or greenery picks throughout your garland as well. Really, the sky is endless with how much you could customize this to completely make it your own. And you can use all different kinds of florals. You can use larger ones like I'm doing here, or you can use a lot of like smaller florals and make it really dainty. There's lots of different options here. So I hope I've given you guys a lot of inspiration on how you guys can style your garlands and your trees this year. This is so much fun for me. I absolutely love sharing with you guys all of the different decor ideas and coming up with all of these new designs. So I'm so excited to share this with you guys. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as well if you're enjoying it so far. So now we're gonna go ahead and add in all of our ornaments. I'm so excited to share these with you guys. I found these amazing mercury glass ornaments at HomeSense this year for a large pack. They were all in these kind of neutral warm colors. There was that really warm honey brown, a lot of golds and different shades of pink, and I just thought they would be the perfect addition to this garland. They were nice and neutral, so it didn't take away from all of the florals and the greenery, but just added a little bit of sparkle from those gorgeous glass ornaments. So I'm kind of placing these like little Easter eggs, kind of like what we did in the Christmas tree design idea, kind of placing them not in the focal piece, but kind of in and around the branches, just to give a lot of depth to the garland. So similar to the tree, every angle you look at the garland, there would be something different to look at. And then you can kind of see here, a lot of the ornaments are peeking through the flowers, peeking through the ribbons, and just kind of giving that really nice warm glow. So we're going to add in these gorgeous icicles that I got from HomeSense as well. We're going to be focusing these in the middle of the garland, just kind of staggered throughout, just kind of naturally falling where ice would be if this was to hang outside. And I think this was the perfect addition to this garland. I just absolutely love the sparkle they give, and they reflect off of the other beautiful ornaments, giving them a really nice warm glow. Now for the finishing touch of the garland, we're going to go ahead and add in these pine cones. These were some that I actually collected from outside in our backyard, and I spray painted them a little bit with some white paint just to kind of give them the effect that they had been lightly snowed. And I'm going to be adding those kind of throughout the garland to, again, add that really woodsy woodland factor that I was kind of going for with this design. And I'm kind of going ahead and adding some deeper into the garland, some on the outside of the branches, just to give a really nice depth to the garland here. And again, that visual interest. So every time you look at the garland, there's something new and exciting to look at. And I thought this was the perfect finishing touch to kind of bring in that same woodland vibe that we were doing with our Christmas tree. And these pine cones were the perfect addition to match in with the existing pine cones that were already in this garland. They were a little bit larger, and it was nice to kind of add in these really small ones to, again, just give that little bit more of texture and dimension, and it really just kind of helped to fill out this garland. So I hope you guys are absolutely loving this. It was so much fun to put together, and I was so excited how it turned out with all of the different florals and the greenery, the pine cones, the lights, the ornaments. I would love to hear from you guys what you guys are thinking about this so far. Because we hung the mantle forward, not on top of the actual mantle itself, I had the whole shelf to decorate with, which was also really nice. So I had a lot of fun styling the top of this. I found this amazing pink elf at Home Goods when I went down to the States, and I was just so in love with it. It's so good quality, and it was so affordable. I could not believe it. I just had to pick it up. So I was so excited to share that with you guys. And I'm just going ahead and adding in a few more decor pieces. I've got this beautiful reindeer, that white tree in the back there, just really minimally adding in some decorations just to kind of go with the overall theme and bring in a little bit more color and that woodland vibe that we were going for. And this is also a DIY present that I created. It was just an old cardboard box that we had, and I got this beautiful sparkle paper, and I just covered it with that and then added a little bit of ribbon, and it was a super cheap and easy DIY to bring in a little bit more of that Christmas flair. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I've had so much fun sharing with you guys all of these different ideas on how you can style your garland for your mantle this year. Don't forget to leave me a comment down below which was your favorite part of today's video. If you guys learned any new tips and tricks, I would love to hear from you guys, of course. And whatever kind of decor style that you guys are going for, I hope that I've inspired you to create something beautiful in your home, no matter what kind of budget you're on, no matter what kind of style you guys love. If you guys are like something totally different from me, that's totally okay. I'm just here to inspire you guys and to bring you that gorgeous Christmas spirit, to lift you guys up and just give you all of the warm, cozy holiday vibes. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys mean the absolute world to me. I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in my next video. Take care. Bye.